Hello and welcome back to another Spire stream. I'm your host, Vegetablebread, and today, let's play with Silent. Look at that. This Silent in March? Who would have thunk it? Card remove, 6 max HP, 2 transforms, or a boss relic swap. Probably going to do the boss relic swap, but transform 2 is nice as well. 15 damage is fairly expensive against Silent. Never got dropkick Luke's, just play a lot of anger. But why would you do that? Just get dropkick loops. If you had 3 dropkicks, you just don't play the anger. I mean, to answer your question, yes, I have played an anger deck, but the deck you're describing is definitely a dropkick loop deck and not an anger deck. Ooh, good point. I should do a roleplay stream where I just don't talk at all. That's how you really get the viewers. Gotta get that absolutely silent stream. It's what people love to see. When they just, like, click a random stream, their most favorite thing is that it's just literally somebody playing video games and not talking. That's my favorite thing to see. Absolutely the best. There's a 4 elite path here. 2 here. 2 there. 3 fights before it. Seems great. 4 elites means we definitely can't take 15 damage. Right? But if the boss swap is bad, we're in trouble. What if we swap into Black Star here? Swap into Black Star and get 4 elites in Act 1. Alright, let's see what it is. It's Pandora's Box. Okay. There's no block, and there's a grand finale, which is a bit hard to pull off, but this should be amazing. Unload, Glass Knife, Predator. Those are way better than Strike. You had a silent run last night where I swapped for Ectoplasm. We got Coin, Mob-Egg, Smiling Mask, and Ceramic Fish. Well, yeah, press F to pay respects. That's not a winner. You should record the seed for that. That might be unwinnable if you swap. So we did get 5 attacks back, right? We got Flying Knee, Predator, Unload, Glass Knife, Sucker Punch. All in order, for weirdly. I guess Grand Finale technically counts as an attack. I'm convinced you're cursed. I haven't seen you get blocked with a Pandora's Box yet. Yeah, good point. Oh, you won. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Is the Ascension level encoded in the seed? Can you, like, run that seed on Ascension 20? I don't know. What are we doing with Nightmare? I mean, obviously, ideally, we Nightmare the Grand Finale, and then we blow people up for 200. That's the dream. The subreddit for cursed seeds. I mean, accuracy Infinite Blades is not bad. I don't mind it. Probably never upgrading the Infinite Blades. I don't really like playing it on 1, unless we get like a mummified hand or something. Alright, looks great. Let's go kill those elites. Do we Glass Knife or Nightmare Glass Knife? If we Glass Knife Unload right now, probably Glass Knife Accuracy Unload, then we would do 16 plus 14 is 30. If we Nightmare Glass Knife, we feel a little bit silly, but then we have 3 Glass Knives next turn. We have no block in the deck, except for the Survivor. So he does kind of a non-trivial amount of damage next turn. 6 real health. I think it's Glass Knife Accuracy Unload. Do 30 now, rather than... I mean, 16 times 3 next turn is kind of a lot. It's 48. So if we get neutralized next turn, it's lethal. Yeah, I guess that's the line then. Okay. We got neutralized. Was our math right? Our math was right. Sweet. Okay. Sure. Hey, Bad Terrans. Yeah, this is a wacky one. We got Nightmare Grave Finale right off the bat. I think we take a dodge and roll. We have no block cards. I would like to have a block card. Dodge and roll is a reasonable choice. Pretty weird to take dodge and roll over Dagger Spray on floor 1. All out attack, also quite a bit better than dodge and roll normally. Maybe we just go all in and just like get a bunch of damage. I feel like I did that yesterday though, and like blew everybody up on turn 1, and then got to the Act 3 bosses and died immediately. Because it turns out they have too much health to blow up on turn 1. Hey, Stixu. Serbian today. Huh. If you'd asked me what character set Serbian uses before seeing that, I would not have answered Slavic? What's the name of the Russian character set? Is that correct? I guess I never would have thought about it. Cyrillic. Okay. Also, is there a period in the middle of good morning? Because there's an R and then a period. That's pretty wild. If we took all-out attack, we have 3 discard cards: Survivor, Prepared, and all-out attack. I think we're probably trying to avoid discarding Grand Finale, though. I think that probably matters. We don't have any AoE currently. I don't know why I'm like trying to convince myself to take all-out attack. Huh. That makes sense. Yeah, that Mister that you've got in there, in the translation, probably gets translated to like honorifics in other languages, right? I guess Mister is technically an honorific in English, right? Well, no, it's just it's a gender identifier? I don't know. Is Mister like a term of respect? I know like Sir is. What is Mister? Is it related to Sir? I'm gonna take dodge roll. Can't be that bad. Hey, Carly Slade Jepson. Good morning to you. I guess we accuracy Infinite Blades Flying Me. Take 12. We could use Skill Pot to try and block for 12. Seems like a reasonable time for a Skill Pot. These don't block. Do we have a lethal with accuracy Blade Dance? Probably not. It's not a small amount of damage. Taking 12 though. It's no good. Footwork to go with our dodge and roll. Try and develop a block plan. We only have two targets currently, but I think we want to build that up a little bit. Could have taken the extra Sucker Punch, but doesn't seem necessary. Alright, let's end this Lauz's entire career. Oh. Wow. How did I not read the number? Alright. This one has health less than 16. That's embarrassing. The New York Times will refer to a president, senator by their title the first time written, and then Mr. every time after. Huh. I did not know that. Let's try and find more block. No. Oh, this is lethal. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Phantasmal Killer. double damage? Seems hard to skip. Uh-oh, hard pool fight. Got accuracy, infinite blades, start, survivor, I guess. Could play prepared for no reason. No reason to do that. I'm getting beat up a little bit. Oh yeah, if we'd drawn a card, we could have set up Grand Finale theoretically. That's a good point. Wouldn't have worked, but it was a good idea. I think we do. I guess Sucker Punch blocks, or attack on this one blocks for more, because we get hit for 9 instead of 12. Wait, yeah, because Sucker Punch blocks for 2, Flying Knee blocks for 3. Okay. Maybe we can't do 4 elites. It seems like we take a lot of damage per fight. Pretty happy to backstab, though. There's like a nightmare in the deck, so we're frequently unable to play all the cards on turn 1. Maybe could have taken the deflect. It's reasonable. Oh my god! The hardest hard pool fight. Where's that dagger spray now? Yeah. I mean, not taking damage on 1 means we're probably pretty safe here, but... prepared, save me. Nice. Ooh, only 11 damage. Being weak is not good. So we can kill one with Predator Neutralize, and then Survivor the other 2. Damn it, Grand Finale. I hate that it's yellow while you're shuffling. It showing up yellow is like so exciting. And then you're like, oh. Should be lethal Vexter. There's a lot of attacks in the deck. Okay, this is some insane potions. Maybe we can do. Do 4 elites. Anybody on the acrobatics train here? If we pick the deflect last full, our acrobatics would be pretty good. It's a pretty thin deck. Total cards is 17 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 12 card deck. Yeah, could get Grand Finale set up. Could just do infinites with Tactician. Pretty close to that. With only 12 cards and plenty of damage. We don't really have enough energy to support it, and we've already got some card draw with Predator and Prepared. So it's not like super necessary. Yeah, I think the Grand Finale setup is the best argument, but doesn't seem necessary. Okay. Do we wake up Logan now or wait? Waiting seems reasonable. We've got 2 powers to set up. Could Nightmare Power next turn. Or we could Nightmare Power now. Nightmare Backstab. Or just Nightmare Glass Knife and just have a bunch of damage. I think I like Nightmare Glass Knife. Blow him up later. Glass Knife is so good. It's kind of assuming we're going to use a potion. Maybe it's Dupe Pot Survivor here. Footwork, Dupe Pot Survivor, Phantasmal Killer. Blocks for 10. It's not the best Dupe Pot I've ever seen, but we've got to do something, right? Dupe Pot and Liquid Memories. Liquid Memories is also basically a Dupe Pot. I think with the Phantasmal Killer, we're already planning on getting lethal next turn. I don't think we need to save the Dupe Pot to find lethal. Might not work out, but I think that's the plan. This is 28 plus 24, so it's not lethal. So like Survivor weak, then we only take 5. Should still kill him before he attacks again. Sure. Okay. Preserved Insect. It's pretty good on a 4 elite line. Hey, Magazine. Adrenaline seems good. The deck is pretty expensive for a floor 6 deck with a Nightmare and a Predator in it. Adrenaline also really good on the like Phantasmal Killer turns. I mean, it's an Adrenaline. No reason to question that. Can I upgrade the Glass Knife? Do we ever die here? Sentries is probably the scariest. I think we just delete Gremlin Knob. Yeah, I think we can afford to upgrade Glass Knife. Could die. Feels really silly to die here, but I think it's correct. Okay. Predator this turn should lock up lethal next turn. On one of the outside, too. Let's go and drink the Strength Pot. I think I'm going to want that. Predator backstep's actually almost lethal now. Leaves one of them at... Actually, with Liquid Memories, we could just kill one with Predator right now. What if we killed the middle one with Predator now? So we like double Predator this turn. Backstab one on the outside too. Get a Glass Knife kill on the other one. Does 14 twice, that's 28. So either of them would die if we backstab them. We only got one Glass Knife from Pandora's. We did Nightmare Glass Knife in the last fight, so understandable. You would think we had two. I think I'm gonna do that. Accuracy versus Footwork. Footwork can block out next turn. Survivor. Yeah, drawing 9 cards makes it pretty hard to miss Glass Knife. Adrenaline too. Adrenaline almost gets to grand finale here. We're one draw short. Did we skip Prepared? I guess Prepared would have hit Adrenaline, which would have hit grand finale, so there wasn't actually a way to do it, but... we did miss Survivor here. Yep, continued to miss Survivor. Okay. Well, I guess dodge and roll blocks for 6, we take 4. Last card, Survivor. Unless we have Lethal. Oh wait, we totally do have Lethal. 16 plus 10 plus 5. Oh, it's 31! Really? Oh my god. 16 plus 10 is 26. Plus 5 is 31. Yep. I'm going to take a really quick break. Be right back. Alright, so we're off by 1. So what do we do? Dodge and roll is getting played, which means unload or Nightmare is not getting played. I believe dodge and roll neutralize Infinite Blade's unload guarantees lethal before he attacks again. So dodge and roll is happening. This would always happen. Infinite Blade does 8 damage over 2 turns. 8 plus 16 is only 24, so it's not actually guaranteed. But it's likely. It was guaranteed because we have strength. Alright, Pair helps us stay alive. Deflect seems like a big pickup. Got footwork. Some card draw. Helps us pick that acrobatics next time we see it. Sure. We're going to get the 4 elites and an extra fire, so we might as well go this way. Yeah, Pandora swap. Oh, Orichalcum helps a lot. Okay, so that's our block plan for the immediate future. Kind of an unfortunate deflect pickup, but might still be useful sometimes. We could just remove it. I think we just want the healing here. Heal there and then upgrade Phantasmal Killer. Or like Sucker Punch maybe. Could remove a card if we're trying to go real hard for Grand Finale or Acrobatics Infinites or something. probably remove... Gosh, what would we remove? Flying Knee? Doesn't seem like a very good card to remove. We need the Prepared and the Predator and the Adrenaline to draw into the Grand Finale. We don't want to get rid of anything that exhausts or is a power. Obviously need the Grand Finale. Maybe it's Nightmare. Nightmare's kind of the odd man out here. But Nightmare exhausts. And we can like Nightmare on an Adrenaline to like get a guaranteed Grand Finale. Or Nightmare on a Footwork or something else silly. Nightmare on Grand Finale itself. Because long term, I think this does want to be a Grand Finale deck, right? Or an Infinite deck. Either way, we want to have like 10 cards. So yeah, let's get rid of Flying Knee. Can we afford another upgrade here? Maybe we should rest. We've been doing pretty well, but we have been using potions in fights, and we had some pretty good potions. So I don't want to deceive myself into thinking like these elites are free, because they're not. If we upgrade, we would probably hit Phantasmal Killer, I guess. Or maybe Sucker Punch. We're prepared, to be honest. It's an 18-card deck to start with. So we kind of want to draw 3 cards to set up a potential Grand Finale. Adrenaline draws 2, so we need Prepared to draw 1. So we actually can't upgrade Prepared. Wait, is that all the cards? Yeah, it is. Your Rester. Yeah, you're not wrong. We should definitely be able to fight the first elite. I'm just worried about the second one. If we do like Gremlin Knob and then Sentries again, we might die there. Especially if we get no potion. I think the most compelling argument for rest is there's just no clear upgrade. It's not like one card really super needs it. It's probably Phantasmal Killer. Yeah, alright, I'll just rest then. Not that I don't like Phantasmal Killer Plus, just feels safer. Could Nightmare Backstab. Could also Nightmare Infinite Blades. Nightmare Infinite Blades, play triple Infinite Blades next turn, and then play Accuracy. Get a bunch of shivs. Yeah, Pandora Swap, very fun. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the Nightmare Infinite Blades line. Start with the Adrenaline, see what we're getting. Okay, there's the Accuracy. And then we come up next turn with a lot of shivs. Very powerful shivs. Phantasmal Killer Predators, pretty good setup for next turn as well. That should be lethal. 16 damage shivs on floor 12. Art of War is pretty useless. It's kind of unfortunate. Reflex is not bad. Card draw with a Grand Finale deck. We have a Prepared for it, Prepared and Survivor. We would definitely pick a Acrobatics if we pick their Reflex. I don't think we want second Phantasmal Killer. Piercing Wail's fine too. We're gonna rest and then perfect both elites. That's very silly. I'm gonna go with the reflex. I want to get that grand finale. Reliable. Ah. Maybe the rest buys us 2 upgrades. There's a lot better upgrade target in the deck now. Reflex is insane. What are the worst upgrades? Infinite Blades, definitely. And then what? The same way as there's no good upgrades, there's kind of no bad upgrades. It's probably like Unload. But it's still 4 extra damage. I guess Deflect, because it's like, goes from being a negative value card to being a 1 block for 1 card. Hey, Real Pew Pew. I'm gonna do it. I think we're pretty safe. We just perfected an elite. So. Footwork Deflect, okay. I mean, Deflect is the one I identified as the worst, but Footwork makes it quite a bit better, so Footwork makes it block for 10. Okay. Block for 1. I'll go ahead and use a Plated Steel. It's worth 3 health this turn, so... we could save energy, theoretically. We'd be skipping 14 damage. I think we need the 14 damage. Adrenaline saved me. Actually, Unload into Reflex is pretty sick, too. Let's go ahead and Prepared Reflex. Is there any way to hit Grand Finale this turn? There is not. Can we Footwork, Dodge and Roll one of them, and then Predator the other one? Yes. Easily. This blocks for 7, Plated Armor blocks out, Predator kills 1. We're off to the races. A little bit more of a control-y style this time. Last time we were all over these fools. Oh, I should have played the... Oh, well. I should have played the Nightmare here instead of the Glass Knife. I didn't realize I was already blocking out. Oh, that's right. Auric Halcom and Potion means we never take damage in this fight. There's literally no danger. As long as we have 1 dead. Okay. Could take our 3rd Phantasmal Killer? Suspicion. I Slice? If we get a bunch of card draw, maybe that's okay. I think we're trying to get that Grand Finale online, so we want to have as few cards as possible. Despite having a bunch of card draw. Possible Wristblade. I don't think I ever pick a card based on a speculative boss relic. That seems like a good way to kill yourself. And I think Envenom is no too. We've got too many powers already, so we're skipping all these. 2 rares is uncommon. This one is only an 80% chance. Looks like a pretty clear upgrade, I think. Just perfected 2 elites. I don't think... Well, we're a little bit afraid of Guardian. Current deck size is 19. If we want a Grand Finale on the first cycle, we need to draw either 4 or 9 cards. Seems like drawing 9 cards is potentially possible. 2, 4... If we upgrade this, 6, 8. So it's not possible. So we'd have to only draw 4 cards, which means we're probably not doing it. Let's just upgrade the accuracy. Shivs aren't actually that good in this fight. We might want to skip Infinite Blades. What do we do then? Let's just take Prepared Plus. It's good next act, and it's good for finding block here. Yeah, Nightmare gets decosted by 1. Unload draws cards. So I'll do that first, there's no reason to deflect here. So Backstab and Neutralize should get played. If we Shiv, we only need 5 damage next turn, or 1 damage technically, right? Because we have Boot, so we can boot him twice. I guess we have to get through the block. I don't really want to have Infinite Blades up. I think we're going to kill him, or split him next turn, even with no Infinite Blades, so I'm going to skip it. Because it's bad. Ooh, man, I really want to Nightmare the Survivor. Nightmare Survivor is really cute here. So Glass Knife splits. So maybe like Glass Knife, Footwork, Dodge and Roll. Nightmaring Footwork would be so good, though. But we'd have to take 36 and die, so it's kind of off the table. This is 7 block for next turn. Yeah, it seems like we have to do that. Glasswork, Foot Knife. It's confusing because Glasswork is an actual thing, so my brain wants to say it. You probably mean Glasswork. No, I do not. Oh man, we draw exact, but there's no grand finale. We could have drew it. So we draw these 2, and then we Adrenaline and look for block. I guess we don't really need block, but I don't really need accuracy because we don't have any shivs. I kind of want to Sucker Punch this turn. So I guess I'll get rid of Predator. I don't think we're playing Predator this turn. So I guess just Phantasmal Killer is the line. Take 3. Boo. Survive and dodge and roll blocks out this turn, and then we can Predator because we got extra energy from the Art of War. Okay, I don't think we want to skip Phantasmal Killer. Can we split this turn? Looks like no. I guess we have Prepared Reflex, so who knows. We can't draw 4 more cards. And we can't draw a -1 card, because it doesn't make any sense. Deflect blocks out, and then we just play as much damage as we want. Thanks for the follow, Herzik85. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. So is it like Glass Knife Predator, or is it like Phantasmal Killer or Glass Knife Unload? Phantasmal Killer is not obviously good next turn. Just only Sucker Punch. Necessarily. Let's just Predator Unload, leave the Glass Knife charged up. Grand Finale was the last card. Something you're always hoping is going to happen. Never happens. Can we draw 3 cards next turn? No, we can't draw any odd number. We can prepare it into Reflex to draw 4, but we can't draw 3. Because if we could Nightmare Grand Finale, and then win on the spot. But it seems that we cannot. Might as well dodge and roll, I guess. I mean, we're clearly splitting them next turn, so it doesn't really matter if we dodge and roll. Could play Infinite Blades for 8 extra damage. I guess we can get accuracy, so it could actually be 16 extra damage. Okay. We're getting into the phase of the fight where we don't really care if he's in damage return mode or not anymore. Looks like accuracy's not getting played. Predator, Glass Knife, Neutralize, Shiv's probably the line. Glass Knife and Predator both split and both go through his armor, so we don't really care which one goes first. There's no reason to care about ordering. Can we draw 7 cards? These draw 4. No other card draw. Yeah, if we had the acrobatics now, we could Grand Finale this turn, probably. We do need to draw some block. Deflect Survivor is that. And then, okay, so we got a little bit extra health, so we can smash him. And Predator for draw next turn. Yeah, we need badly something that draws an odd number of cards, so we need like a dagger throw or something. So only to 16. Probably just want to set up for a lethal next turn. So we're going to play Phantasmal Dodge and Roll Survivor, so nothing else really matters. So Neutralize is free. Might as well. I guess Shiv only costs 1, but at this point, we're getting a kill next turn, so we don't even want to take 1 damage. Yep. Okay. Why did you discard Grand Finale? It was never going to be playable. So it seems like an easy card to discard. Die Divide does not increase deck size, is really good at Act 2. Yeah, but we couldn't retain it. We don't have any well-laid plans. So we couldn't draw 5 cards. Yeah, Burst Nightmare is a thing. I mean, we did have 0 card. We were like modulo 5 there at the end, so I did think about it, but do we really need a Die? It's just like an extra, but Die kind of feels like a power in this deck. It's like something we have to get through to get to Grand Finale loops. I'm gonna let Coconut eat because she's eating her breakfast, and then I'll go grab her for Bendy Padwan's Coconut Redemption. I mean, it's not bad, right? It's our first AoE. Thanks to follow. T Princess. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. Problem with Burst is there isn't really anything else good to Burst. I guess Burst Prepared is pretty good for setting up Grand Finale. But like we have to, the Burst is a card we have to add to the deck too. Yeah, Adrenaline. I don't know about Phantasmal Killer. It's kind of okay. If you want to do double damage for 2 turns. I'm just going to go for the die-to-die. Let's just win Act 2 really convincingly. Die-to-die preserved insect, just like deletes Act 2 elites. Take a Cage here, really get the deck size down. If we take Cage, our permanent deck size is 20 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's we'd get the deck down to 10 cards. 10 card deck with a reflex in the grand finale seems pretty good to me. We're definitely never taking Velvet Choker. Philo Stone would be nice, but doesn't seem super necessary. If we pick Empty Cage, what are we removing? Well, actually, Grand Finale decks are surprisingly energy intensive, because you want to like be playing like 2 acrobatics a turn, and then Grand Finale. And blocking. We'd never remove Sucker Punch. We'd do Neutralize before Sucker Punch, right? I mean, I guess we could do Sucker Punch over Neutralize. Survivor seems like a weird pick, though. I think I'd rather lose, like, a... Gosh. It's thin on the ground. Yeah, I mean, Shivs aren't really part of the deck. We have an Accuracy and an Infinite Blades, but that's just Pandora's Box, having a little daydream. I don't think we really care about that little archetype. We care about these cards because they're powers, so we can get rid of them. We're so light on block that, like, it feels wrong to remove it. But maybe we just go for it, right? Maybe we just remove, like, Dodge and Roll, Deflect, and just let Orichalcum save us. Yeah, we could ditch those powers, but they don't contribute to the permanent deck size. So if we want to get the permanent deck size down to 10 for infinite loops, we have to leave all the powers. The only cards eligible for removal are Survivor, Neutralize, Predator, Unload, Glass Knife, Sucker Punch. Actually, I'm going to disclude everything that says card draw on it. So the only things eligible for remove are Survivor, Neutralize, Unload, Glass Knife, Dodge and Roll, Phantasmal Killer, Deflect, and Die-to-Die. Oh wait, no, Die-to-Die's not eligible. When's the last time you had an infinite deck? It's been a while. I had a couple during Ironclad Month, but I don't think I've done any during Silent Month. Unload kind of draws because we have a reflex, so I don't think it's going to be Unload. Glass Knife does too much damage to remove. It's not Glass Knife. Phantasmal Killer is too good. It's not Phantasmal Killer. So we're down to, like, Deflect, Dodge and Roll, Sucker Punch, Neutralize, Survivor are the only eligible cards, basically. So Deflect, Dodge and Roll, Survivor are all our block cards. Neutralize and Sucker Punch are our weak cards. That's true, Survivor also discards Reflex. So maybe like Sucker Punch, Dodge and Roll. Dodge and Roll is like not very good with Orichalcum, right? But we have a Footwork Plus. And I do want some sort of block plan in the long term. I mean, the block plan is probably honestly just play Deflect an infinite number of times a turn. Definitely seems like an infinite deck. And Deflect is pretty compatible with being played an infinite number of times. Although, frankly, so is Survivor, because Survivor can discard like a Tactician. How's Nightmare performing? It's getting in the way. It's not doing anything good. I mean, we did use it to nuke an elite by Nightmare Glass Knifing on 1. But it's not going to be very good in Deck 2. Yeah, so people lobbying for infinite blades and accuracy removal, I agree. I don't think the accuracy or the infinite blades are any good. I think they're terrible. But their powers, so I'm going to leave them. Anything that says power or exhaust does not contribute to the permanent deck size, and if we're trying to do infinite loops, which we are, we need to use our card removes really efficiently. This is an inefficient way to remove cards. Okay, pretty happy with Sucker Punch, Dodge and Roll. Yeah, Nightmare is super good, right? Because we'd Nightmare like an Adrenaline or something later on, and then that sets up our combo, and we do Grand Finale stuff. Okay. Alright, Hyper Beam guy. Yeah, I'm also not excited about the dodge and roll remove. Wow, we have like 8 question marks available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 question marks is a ton. Going to 2 shops kind of makes some sense. We've got enough money to go to 1 shop for sure, and that'd be 2 card removes. Means we have to go here, which skips an elite. And we have Preserved Insect, so skipping elites is not a great idea. Some 4 elite paths available. These 2, then these 2. Actually, that's the only 4 elite path. We could do 3 elites, 2 shops by doing this, these 2, and that. That in the middle. We could do just 2 elites on the left and 1 shop. Seems like there's a lot of fights and no question marks that way. Our question mark's good. Ancient Writing's a card remove. We probably heal at Library. We want to keep it pretty thin. Although I guess it is a 4 elite path. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, the Mega Elite is one of it. So maybe that doesn't count, but it definitely is. I mean, yeah, there's 2 ways to get there, actually. We can do either of these 2 starts. But it's probably this one, because it's an extra fire. No, yeah, you're fine, you're fine. Oh, that's right, I owe Coconut Redemption. She's just arrived, so she's not settled in yet. Get the real close view. Got the old camera sniff. So question marks I think are good. If we get Library, we can get like a Tactician or Acrobatics or something. If we get Ancient Writing, we remove another card. If we get Bites, we skip. If we get Apparitions, do we skip? Apparitions or Orichalcum makes a lot of sense. I think we probably say yes to Apparitions. Obviously, we're afraid of Forgotten Altar. So, like, this path versus this path, this one has an extra fight and an extra fire, whereas this one has 2 extra question marks. And if we don't like this first elite, we can get a fire there, too. Well, we didn't take the burst. We took the die-to-die instead, so we can't burst our Apparition. But if we get Apparitions, we would definitely take a burst, I think. Unless we already have an infinite. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm going to go right. The 2 easy pool fights should be fine. Assuming none of the question marks is a fight. Which is 50-50. So this could be a hard pool. Honestly, the hard pool in Act 2 is not really much harder than the easy pool. The easy pool is like pretty brutal in Act 2. Okay. 3 energy deck. Backstab is always happening. I think we're going to skip Dedidai for footwork, for play all the powers, basically. Okay. Can we draw 8 cards this turn? We can draw at least 6. Is there 2 more? No. But maybe if we get Predator, if we draw 2 cards and hit Predator, that'd be nice. Oh wait, a Wrinkle, so we get Dazes. Does Reflex give you a Daze? It doesn't say it's played. I think you don't get a Daze when you discard it. We did get the Predator. Okay, so if we play Predator, we draw 2 extra cards next turn, and then we can Survivor the Reflex to get our deck size down to 6, and maybe, or down the... No, we just Predator. We just Predator, and then we're already there. That's guaranteed Grand Finale next turn. So we can't play Unload, because then we would draw 2 cards. And we have guaranteed lethal currently, so we'll just let that ride. I guess we're going to be weak, so it's not guaranteed lethal. But it's our first Grand Finale, so yay! This and this are always happening. Glass Knife is not quite lethal. So I guess we deflect and Nightmare the Glass Knife, so it's lethal next turn. Take 2. Catalyst says plus on it. We're trying to keep the deck size down and block out with just Deflect against the Heart. What's the record for Glass Knife's Nightmare in a run? Probably pretty close to like 40, right? Just like in every single fight. That's probably the record. I want to take the leg sweep, but I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong to take the leg sweep. But oof, it hurts. It hurts to skip. It's so good. 18 card deck minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. So it's 10 card deck currently. It's a bunch of powers in it. Oh wait, no, the powers are counted. Still don't have a way to draw 5 cards a turn. But we do have a way to draw 6 cards a turn, weirdly. If we play Predator every turn, and then prepared Reflex. So we basically just need to add a card to be able to Grand Finale every turn. Which is a weird position to be in. So maybe that card is Leg Sweep? No, that card is like Acrobatics and Tactician, right? Yeah, I'm gonna skip here. There's other stuff we need. I think we're just going to go for 1 upgrade here. I don't think we really want a Pain. It puts more pressure on our card removes, which are already highly at a premium. What's the upgrade? Probably Reflex. Reflex is pretty insane. We've been looking for a way to draw an odd number of cards, and Reflex is that. Yeah, there is an energy upgrade available on Phantasmal Killer. Do you have a list where somewhere of what mods you're using? No, I intend to eventually have an exclamation mark mods command here. I'm actually going to make a note of that. Because there's literally no reason I don't already have that. It would take me 30 seconds to set that up, literally. I just need to remember to do it. Tongs is really good. That is true. But the mods we have are, I'll just mouse over them for a second so you can see them. Base mod is required for relic stats, I believe, or maybe Minty Spire. STS lib is actually not required because that's for downfall, I think. Bestiary lets you right-click on people. Relic stats lets you mouse over these and see what they've done, how much extra boot damage you've got. Slay the Relics Exporter is so that you, the viewer, can do that. And Filter the Spire is just so that we can never get the bad Niao options. You can also make Filter the Spire, like, always give you Pandora's Box swaps or something. So Tongs is really good, but I think we're taking an upgrade, and I think it's on Reflex. Ooh, Slay the Relic should support hovering the mod. It's not a bad idea. Alright. An extra card draw. Stupendos. They're all attacking. Let's go ahead and play Footwork Distilled Chaos, see if we can generate some block. We're apparently nightmaring something. Nightmare Backstab's pretty good. Would you like to draw a million cards? Why, yes. Yes, I would. I don't think we're going to want to unload with such a huge hand at the end of the turn. Can we draw 3 cards? We can't draw any cards. We've gotten all of our card draw. Neutralize blocks out one of them. Die should always happen. Grand Finale is never happening, so I'll Survivor it away. So now we blocked out, and might as well play Infinite Blades for fun. Okay. Unload hits Reflex this turn to draw some cards. Or we could just not play any card draw and then get a guaranteed Grand Finale next turn. If we discard Reflex and draw Prepared, we can get Grand Finale this turn. It's all a matter of perspective. Which one's better? We're only in danger of taking... Actually, no, we can just block out with Orichalcum Neutralize, right? Oh no, that'd be a weak pot. That's our only source of weak. So that doesn't seem right. I guess we can just kill this bird. Yeah, that works too. I was assuming we were going to try and quad attack this one, but it doesn't really matter. Also, we can knock him down with Glass Knife Backstab. Now they're both in range for the thing next turn. We don't want to play Predator because then we'd overdraw. Easy. Grand Finale. Second accuracy. Calculated Gamble ever? Discards Reflex. Doesn't contribute to deck size because it's not upgraded. Yeah, it seems like it's probably good. Okay. We could transform 2 cards to try to get a remove. Or we could just take mutagens. It seems like we're pretty explosive. Getting some extra damage on 1. We have a backstab. Getting extra strength on like a die-to-die on one is pretty useful. So if we were going to take 2 transforms, what would we do? So the only cards eligible for removal at this point are Survivor, Neutralize, Phantasmal Killer, and Glass Knife. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. There's only 4 cards left that can be removed. Glass Knife and Phantasmal Killer seem way too good, so we'd have to transform these 2. Neutralize already costs 0, though. On average, sort of 1/3 of silent cards are quote-unquote card removes, right? If they're powers or exhausts or something. Oh wait, no, Survivor is supposed to be ineligible, right? Survivor targets Reflex. No, we're not going to do the Blades or the Accuracy. Those are powers. We're not removing powers. Those are ineligible. Yeah, I think we just take the mutagens. Win some fights. They don't slow you down once you play them. Once you play them, they go away. Poof. Like a bad dream. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now we're talking. Okay, so Neutralize is always happening, and then, like, Footwork, Survivor, Deflect. Actually, Predator into Guaranteed Grand Finale next turn seems pretty good. Alright, let's start with that. And then Footwork, Survivor is the rest of the energy. Bye, Snake Plant. Okay. Nope, can't pick these. They're not powers, they don't exhaust. They're not acrobatics, they're not tactician. Got a pretty specific pick list at this point. It is a Predator Plus, so that's a nice card, but we have to skip it. Alright, Tiny Slavers. This is like a Gulliver's Island situation. You hate to see it. We can kill one with Glass Knife Backstab and then Calculated Gamble the rest. Now we get Die-to-Die, of course. Die-to-Die Unload also kills one. Oh, no, it doesn't. I'm sick. We have Grand Finale. Can we draw 4 cards? We can't draw any cards, so no. We don't have Lethal either. And I want to get Neutralize on Taskmaster to block for 1, so I'm going to Predator on Blue Slaver, even though it's kind of wasteful. It's actually not that wasteful. It was only 11 damage, and we did get 10 damage out of the other 2 attacks because of Boot. Thanks, Boot. It's actually a pretty valuable boot. We've gotten a lot of... Boot's done a lot of work. Don't think we need that. See, everybody wanted to remove accuracy. Look at that. 2 extra damage on the Shiv. Tools of Trade draws an extra card every turn. Gets a reliable discard outlet for our Reflex. Seems pretty good. It is an obstacle to us Grand Finale on turn 1. Yeah, it was only 1 damage, but it mattered. It actually didn't really matter because we were going to block out that turn anyway, but, you know. kind of matters. Sort of. I'm going to take Tools of Trade. Are we trying to do the 4 Elite path or the 3 Elite 2 shop path? So the next card remove is Neutralize? Is that what it's down to? Can't remove that. This discards Reflex, so we're not going to remove that. I don't have any excuse to not remove Neutralize, but it is good if you can draw lots of cards. Maybe Predator's back on the list. It does say draw cards, but it's kind of clunky. Unload also discards Reflex. Glass Knife is a ton of damage. Glass Knife's got to be ahead of Neutralize in terms of cards that I'm just sad to remove, but I don't have any excuse for not doing. So it's still Neutralized. Prepared is ineligible because it costs 0, and it's card draw, and it discards Reflex. Prepared is insane. Infinite Blades is ineligible because it's a power. Nightmare is ineligible because it says Exhaust. Accuracy is ineligible because it's a power. Grand Finale is the combo thing. Footwork's ineligible because it's a power. Phantasmal Killer is technically removable, but it doubles our damage per round. So that seems better than Neutralize. Backstab's ineligible because it says Exhaust. Adrenaline's ineligible because it says Exhaust. Deflect is an important part of our infinite combo against the heart. Reflex is Reflex. Die to Die says Exhaust. Calculated Gamble says Exhaust. Tools of Trade's power. So yeah, the only removable targets left are Neutralize, Glass Knife, and Phantasmal Killer. And Glass Knife and Phantasmal Killer are quite a bit better than Neutralize. So if we go to 2 shops, like, we remove Neutralize at the first one, and then what do we do at the second one? We've got enough discard outlets that maybe Unload is back on the list. I think we kind of do want 2 shops. So we upgrade here. What would we upgrade? Probably Phantasmal Killer. If we go to the shop, we can see Acrobatics or Tactician, which I think are both really important cards to see. So let's go make that happen. Nope. Secret Technique says Exhaust can get us our Calculated Gamble or Acrobatics or Reflex if we already have Discard in hand, or Adrenaline. Seems pretty good. Could also just skip this shop, basically. Take a card remove and leave. I don't think there's anything we're super excited about buying here. I don't think Backflip is pickable. It does say card draw, but it's also like we have to add it to the deck to get it to draw, and it fights with Auric Alchemy a little bit. Removing only saves money for future removes. Yeah. I think if we do Secret Technique card remove, we still have enough money for next remove, right? Next remove costs 100. We'd spend 275, so we'd have 100 left over immediately. So we never get screwed with that. But we don't actually get very much money before the next job. I think Secret Technique's better than Skip, right? So we remove the Neutralize, take the Secret Technique, and then upgrade something. Seems fine. This feels weird. I don't like it. Okay. And what is the upgrade? Phantasmal Killer would be a D-cost. That's nice. Tools of Trade also D-costs, but it only happens once. Die gets a little bit of extra damage. Adrenaline gets some extra energy, which is sort of relevant. Nightmare would D-cost. Nightmares becoming difficult to play with as a 3 energy deck. So I could see... we actually don't want to upgrade Secret Technique because then it becomes it doesn't exhaust anymore. The negative value upgrade. Yeah, I think I agree with your analysis. I might put Nightmare ahead of Adrenaline. I think that'd probably be my only change. Could just do die to die. If we do die to die, I feel a little bit more confident about fighting the Mega Elite. Seems kind of unnecessary though. Could do Grand Finale, which increases their damage by, I don't know, 16% or whatever. I guess you're supposed to round that up, so 17. Yeah, I think it's probably Phantasmal Killer. It's free damage. Looks like a blue key to me. I don't think we're ever taking a curse voluntarily. Unlikely to be forced to take a curse either. Secret technique for reflex, survivor reflex, or we could just do adrenaline. Nightmare, Phantasmal Killer. Actually, we could secret technique for Nightmare here. We've got extra energy. Maybe that's what you were saying. But then we'd like Nightmare Backstab. I mean, Nightmare Backstab with Phantasmal Killer is a ton of damage. We'd do 11 next turn, but then it would do 22. 14 plus 22 is like just off killing Sentry. I guess 17 plus 22 is enough, but we don't have the energy for this if we're Nightmaring. What's his... He gains 35 block? Okay, 35. So 35 plus 40 is 75, so he'll be at 95. So if we backstab this turn and triple backstab for 22, he takes 66 next turn, so it's 80 total. So not enough. Alright, let's try to do something a little bit more exciting this turn. Maybe we just gamble. Yeah, this hand's kind of bad, right? I guess we get some powers down. This hand also not good. I don't think we're playing Nightmare this turn. Die to die is nice. Predator to try and Grand Finale next turn, or double power to get them out of the deck. If we Predator, we draw a 7-card hand, we have to draw 4 more. Drawing 4 became tricky when Prepared and Reflex draws 5. Yeah, I don't think there's any way we can draw 4. So I'll play the powers. Actually, with the powers, now we could draw 4. But I guess now if we Reflex Prepared, we draw 6, which is perfect. Wait, how does this work? So we have to draw 5 cards from here. Prepared Reflex does that. Is Grand Finale even in the draw? It is. I don't think we're playing Nightmare. Alright, we didn't draw Reflex, so we can't do it. We're probably playing Survivor. Looks like we want to play all the cards, so I'll get rid of Daze. And then last mana, I guess, is Shiv. Yeah. Oh, that's awkward. I guess I should have discarded Unload, because I can't play Unload before Survivor, so Unload's going to be the target for Survivor. Or we could do Backstab as the target, I guess. Backstab does less damage. Okay. Just proccing meat on the bone. No big deal. Can we finale this turn? No, because finale's in the discard. Oh wait, finale's in hand. So Reflex draws 3, and then we're 4 short. Hey Max, thanks for the raid. How'd your stream go today? Did you get any Watcher wins? How's it going, Metal Philosophy? So we draw 3, and then we prepared. So we draw 5 total, so we can't grand finale. 2 runs, 2 wins. Nice. We started with Pandora's Box swap into some grand finale shenanigans, so we're trying to get that off the ground. We've got an eye towards doing an infinite, but we don't have like an acrobatics or a tactician, so we're missing a couple bits. But it ends up being like a 10-card deck, so not far off. Probably not playing Nightmare this turn. Oh, we only have to discard 1. That's right, because this is the Tools of the Trade discard. Alright. Looks like all the 0-cost stuff is getting played. Probably just have lethal. Yeah, okay. Nothing to set up other than meat on the bone, which is already set up. There's the Tactician. 3 Omniscience that had nothing to do with Omniscience. I mean, 3 Omniscience is just good by itself, right? As long as you don't have Choker, right? You just Omniscience the Omniscience and the Omniscience, and play a bunch of nonsense, get it out of the deck. Sure. 45 health. Do we feel like doing 2 elites before the next store? That gets the most money. But these question marks could be a card remove or apparitions, which would both be good. Apparitions is a little bit less good with meat on the bone, right? Because we don't want to be at half of 33. Or, I guess it's 38 is our split. Being at half of 38 is kind of scary. So we're not looking for apparitions anymore? I mean, we still want them, but do we want them at the opportunity cost of a Mega Elite, is the real question. I'm not too afraid of the fight. I think we blow up most fights. Could take some damage. I'm trying to think of like what the worst hard pool fight is. I think Centurion Mystic's pretty easy. Like Chosen Bird is fine. Yeah, I don't think we have any problems. Oh yeah. Devotion Plus is a great target for Omniscience. That's incredible. Even against Awakened one, I'd do that. I feel like if there's 3 Omnisciences in the deck, I'd be tempted to take an Alpha. Alpha into Omniscience, Beta, Omega. I guess you could Beta, Omega, right? You get a turn 1. That would be a lot of damage. It'd be 200 damage. So that's a turn 1 guaranteed damage cap every turn. That would be very silly. If you have like a bottled, you'd need one of the Omnisciences bottled, and some way to guarantee you don't see the other 2. Seems pretty safe, but the upside of the card removes is really nice. I guess there's a downside too, right? It could be Forgotten Altar. Thwack is probably okay. Actually, Thwack is great. Yeah, but I want to get that key, so let's fight the Elite. Tiny little book. So sad. If we Nightmare Grand Finale, can we get it next turn? Let's say that's unlikely, but not impossible. We'd have to draw 11 cards. 2, 5, 7. Yeah, that was not possible. So no point in Nightmare and Grand Finale. So probably just play all the other cards. I think we just drink both potions too. Both potions, Survivor for block. I think we'll have plenty of opportunity to proc meat on the bone in this fight, right? So if we, man, Strength Book of Stabbing is no joke though. Strength Book of Stabbing is a bad roll. You hate to see it. We do 31, he goes down to 98. But we don't get any grand finales, so we've got to rely on like Glass Knife and Die to finish that up. If we Survivor with the Dex Pot, we block for 10. He hits for Weak Pot, takes him down to 7, right? Yeah, 7. So he hits for 14. Take 4. Okay. Sitting for 20. I've already got 2 decks. We could go up to 5. Let's see what this wants to do. Hard to imagine skipping Phantasmal Killer here or Glass Knife. But maybe. Maybe we just calculated gamble. I don't like taking 20. I guess we only take 14. But we split at 38, so ideally we want to take like 3. It's clearly not possible. This draw is looking really awkward. Bottom deck Secret Technique, Reflex Tactician with no discard outlet. So we're going to have to play Tools of the Trade this turn, or we're going to risk drawing those with no outlet. So probably no calculated gamble this turn. And then we have to play Tools of Trade, so it's going to be like Tools of Trade Predator, Phantasmal Killer. Excuse me, just a second. Taking more than 15 means 2 meat on the bone procs? Math. If we don't Predator, we do more damage with Glass Knife this turn, but then we draw fewer cards. If we do Predator, we shuffle next turn, assuming we discard Reflex. Yeah, let's just save the Glass Knife. We'll maybe play that again next turn with PK. Okay. Take a bunch of damage. Hey, Sherwins. How's it going? 3, 6, 8 cards in hand, so if we discard Reflex, we draw a full hand. Including the Reflex again, apparently. Sure. Can we Grand Finale this turn? We have to draw 11 cards. We can draw 1 with Secret Technique, 3 with Reflex, 2 with Adrenaline, that's 6. So we'd be off by 5. Prepared and Calculated Gamble. We can get there. If we pick Calculated Gamble, we get real close. So if we like Secret Technique for Calculated Gamble and then like deflect Calculated Gamble, we draw... we have 3, 6, 9, 10 cards in hand now, so we'd have 9 after the deflect. So we'd actually want to play 1 more other cards would be like die-to-die deflect. It's weird to skip an adrenaline, though. I guess we're going to overdraw if we do that, right? But maybe overdrawing is the point. Actually, yeah, if we Secret Technique, we'll have a full hand and 10 cards in the draw pile. So we actually guaranteed get Grand Finale, right? Because we draw 10 cards, and then we don't shuffle because our hand is full, right? We wouldn't try to draw the 11th card from Reflex. This is a bit of a science experiment. I do not know the answer to that. Oh wait, no, this would draw 9 cards. So then Reflex would draw the 10th card and maybe try to draw the 11th card. Crap. Is there an easier way to do this that like doesn't rely on spooky unknown math? So we have to draw with Calculated Gamble, right? You feel like it would reshuffle to try to draw? I don't know. I might just like do it to see what the answer is and then restart the fight if it does shuffle. I don't think that's way out of line. Yeah, I think either it shuffles and then determines that it can't draw, or it determines that it can't draw and then shuffle, or determines whether it can draw and then tries to draw. But I don't know which it is. I don't think I've ever seen this interaction before. Alright, so let's see it now, and then if it doesn't work out, we'll restart the fight. Today we learn. It does not shuffle. Okay. Those powers look a lot better now. I suspect the calls for removing accuracy and infinite blades from the deck will dim significantly. Could take Backstab. Doesn't add a card to the deck, so we'd still be able to do the same infinites as before, just get a little bit more front load. Taking Backstab with no Ring of the Snake, though, is not amazing. I think if this was like 10 floors ago, I would take a Backstab plus, but it's not anymore. I think we already do enough stuff on turn 1. We're probably okay to skip a Backstab. It is nice with mutagens, though. Guaranteed 18 damage on 1. You can use that. It's pretty effective against like Darklings. But it's not really super effective in like the Sphere fight where you need to delete 200 health worth of people if you want to win on 1. Alright, this fight, sure. Let's just gamble. This hand doesn't look very good. Boo. I guess Tools of Trade makes Predator free. It wouldn't matter if we had Ice Cream. That was a very poor draw. If we... Let's see, how do we draw 4 cards? Do we do the full hand thing again? 3, 6, 8 cards in hand. So if we discard Reflex, we go up to 10. There's 2 cards left. Let's see, 3, 6, 8. How does this work? So there's 12 cards total. I'm discarding 1 now. So I want to play 1 more card. So I guess that card is prepared, right? So now I have 3, 6, 9, 10 cards in hand. So prepared, we'll draw one, not shuffle because the hand will be full. Fail to draw the last one, and then we discard 2 in Grand Finale. Grand Finale Glass Knife is lethal. Okay. I don't think we need those. This deck is fun. I like doing that. Fumes, kind of an option. Seems like a bad one. Just kind of slows us down. It does decost stuff, but the most expensive things in the deck just cost 2. And most things cost either 1 or 0. Most things costing 0 does let you target your Mummified hand. I guess we can target Nightmare with that. We already have plenty of powers, right? How many powers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 powers. That's enough. We'll hit Nightmare if we need to. Blur is kind of interesting, but we should have an infinite with Deflect eventually, so I don't think we need to blur. We can just do the infinite again. Fight another elite, get another relic, get another card remove. Do we need the card remove? So the list of removable cards is now like Predator, Unload, Phantasmal Killer. Starting to get into like we could remove an Exhaust card or Glass Knife territory. Tiny Slavers again. Okay. We could Secret Technique for a Reflex and then Calculated Gamble. Oh wait, there's Grand Finale in hand. Drawing a huge hand is not, like, obviously super useful. But this hand is bad, so I guess it's useful for that, right? We want to draw Die this turn, ideally. Die is doing 16 AoE, so he's at 22, so we can't, like, backstab Die him to death. Needs a little bit more than that. Is there any way we draw 16 cards in Grand Finale? Definitely not, right? We're not that strong yet. So we'd like Secret Technique into Adrenaline. Adrenaline would draw like Prepared Reflex. Yeah, we're not even close. Need an Acrobatics Plus to start doing that kind of stuff. Alright. Do we Phantasmal Killer before we gamble? I think we probably do. See, currently we'd be drawing a 6-card hand that takes us down to 5. I think that's fine. Drat. We'll get a free Nightmare. Do we want a Nightmare Tactician or do we want a Nightmare Power? Probably using the weak pot here, so we don't die. I don't see Nightmaring any of these powers being particularly useful. I guess we'll try to do the footwork. Do we want Nightmare Tactician? We have Prepared next turn. We have a lot of energy. Unload too. We should have enough card draw to make that useful. We can only draw 4. I think it's still better than skipping though. Die should be coming up this turn, so I don't want a Glass Knife on this Slaver, because we have double damage, so Die is already killing Red Slaver. Wait a minute. No, we can't draw any cards. There's no card draw in hand. So we have to kill him. It's actually not even that wasteful. We get to kill him for pretty efficient and him for pretty efficient, so it should be the end of the fight. Functionally. If not literally. Okay. Courier right before shop, that's nice. Get our weak pop back. We removed a dodge and roll earlier, so presumably we don't want to pick one now. We just skipped a blur last floor, and Poison Stab is not in our wheelhouse here, so we're not going to pick that. Next to follow, Metal Philosopher. I feel like Metal Philosopher is like the scriptwriting name for the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz. Call him Metal Philosopher until you figure out a better name for him. Boy, we have had a lot of trouble finding that Acrobatics. We were offered one earlier in the run. I don't remember what it was up against. We didn't pick it, and now I experience regret. I think it was up against the Reflex, so I guess we can't really second guess that too hard. Reflex is a pretty important part of the deck. Yeah, no kunai. That's probably fine. We should be able to have Deflect block the heart. We don't really need... so this is like infinite block scaling. We don't really need whatever, like multiplicative block scaling. There's a Terror here. Not obviously useful against... Hyper Beam guy, especially since we removed our Neutralize and have no source of weak. So that's probably not great. We're about to go into a boss fight, so let's do a quick recap of what the boss fight is going to look like. We're going to exhaust most of the deck. We're going to Nightmare either a power or something that says exhaust on it. So we're going to get down to 10 cards or 9 if we remove one at this shop. Is it 10 cards? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's currently 10 cards. And then we're going to play them every turn to Grand Finale. Our plan for drawing 10 cards a turn is we draw 6 because of the Tools of the Trade, and then we discard a whatchamacallit? Reflex. I guess we just draw in excess of 10 cards, but because there's only 10 cards left, we end up with no cards in the draw pile. We might actually be able to pull off multiple Grand Finales a turn. If we can get, like, Grand Finale in hand, Reflex in the discard pile, and then play Grand Finale, and then Prepared, draw the Reflex in the Grand Finale, discard the Reflex to redraw the Prepared, and whatever else we discard. Grand Finale again. So do we need to remove a card to pull that off, or are we adding a card? Like a Terror? Terror doesn't add a card to the deck, so that doesn't matter. Twisted Funnel seems too slow to be useful. Juicy Bracelet for Act 3 seems sort of pointless. We've already got a Deflect. We don't need Infinite Blades, Finisher, or Dagger Spray. So the only appealing things to do here are Potions, Terror, and card remove. Obviously, Chrysalis is terrible. Deep Breath is kind of interesting, but we already have a way to shuffle an infinite number of times a turn, so no thanks. I keep saying infinite. Is this actually an infinite? I feel like Prepared Tactician Reflex is an infinite. Is that an accurate assumption? So assume that Reflex and Tactician start in the discard pile and Prepared starts in hand. or I guess assume all 3 start in hand. We draw 2, nothing happens. We discard these 2. Reflex draws. Reflex can't draw itself though, right? But then prepared draws reflex. So yeah, we can do an infinite here. It's kind of a pointless infinite, right? It's just just plays an infinite number of cards. I guess it's plus energy, so then we can fit in whatever other stuff. It's also card draw positive, so we can fit in deflects and stuff. We could play an infinite number of glass knives. Oh wait. Yeah, we can play grand finale with that as well. Okay, so let's remove a card so that is a little bit more realistic of a dream. Maybe we don't need the glass knife anymore. The glass knife doesn't have any interaction at all with the infinite, which is not true about Unload or Predator. Unload and Predator help us draw the full hand. That's right, this is a dub. I've pre-recorded all the audio, and now I'm just moving my mouth while I'm playing the video of the previous previous stream. And I'm just really good at it. Removing glass knife seems like a crazy thing to do. Could discard Unload or Survivor. It seems like we have lots of discard outlets now. Prepared, Tools of the Trade, Calculated Gamble. We're usually getting one. Seems like Survivor is probably more valuable than Unload. What is true? We're having accessory nervous system. Oh my god. What if I already do the Chief of Beds? What if you're just a brain in a jar? Reality is just a convincing simulation. Ooh, credentials to our right API. Ouch. Hopefully it's a private GitHub repo. Still not great, but you do have to assume that, like, okay, so like security analysis is mostly about like analyzing vulnerabilities, right? So like if somebody's able to read from your hard drive, are they able to escalate that into being able to write to your hard drive, right? Those kind of things. And so if somebody's already able to read from your private GitHub repos, you're probably already screwed, right? Because like a sufficiently motivated person who can read all of your source code is probably going to find some other flaw. So while there is an obvious an obvious flaw if the person can read your GitHub repo and find your credentials to your right API, I suspect if they're able to read your private GitHub repo, you are already owned. Unless all of your other code is extremely good. Or like sandboxed, I guess. Although there have in the past been like GitHub specific exploits, right? There was that one guy who because like GitHub was running on Ruby and they found some Ruby exploit and then they used it to steal a bunch of people's GitHub credentials. So like it's possible that GitHub is the way that people break your whatchamacallit? No, private GitHub repos are not security by obscurity. Private GitHub repos are not readable by outsiders. Just make our application so slow. What if we get rid of Predator? Predator is like, it's only useful for setting up future turns, which I think we don't care about. I guess if we Predator every turn, we don't miss anymore. Yeah, if we Predator 3 times a turn, then we draw our whole deck, and then we can't ever stop comboing, which seems useful. Yeah, I think it's either Survivor or Unload. And I think it's Unload, because Survivor is one of our few block cards. Okay, so now the real question is add terror or skip terror. If it's an infinite, do we really care about terror? Infinity times 1.5, still infinity. Kind of seems like a bad power at this point. Yeah, I think we just don't care. Any of these powers, potions? We could take a dupe pot and try to save it for Act 4. It seems like we're sort of reaching that power level here. Good dupe pot targets in the deck are, like, prepared if we're trying to set up. Adrenaline, for similar reasons. Secret technique. Yeah, I think dupe pot is pretty much always worth the money, right? Never seen a dupe pot I didn't like. Alright, are we fast enough that we can take an upgrade here? Or are we risking death? I would like to assume we can take an upgrade. Is Tactician Plus useful? Why is Tactician in the deck? I think that's actually not very useful. Oh wait, Tactician makes the prepared combo energy positive. So Tactician Plus just makes it more energy positive, right? Which doesn't seem super necessary. So I think we're back to doing an energy-based upgrade, if we do an upgrade. So it's like Nightmare or Tools of the Trade. Let's do the Nightmare. This Nightmare is really awkward to play. Tools of the Trade is pretty easy to play with Mummified Hand. I guess the goal is to get Nightmare for free, right? So if we upgrade Tools of the Trade, then we're a little bit more able to target the Nightmare. Could you make code have an existential crisis if you made it detect that it's running in a VM? Kind of like us in a simulation. I mean, if you're running an appropriate virtual machine, it shouldn't be able to tell, right? But if the goal is to create an existential crisis, I suppose so. I mean, if any person can have an existential crisis, then why wouldn't a machine be able to have an existential crisis? There's clearly it's clearly not physically impossible, right? Yeah, I think Tools Plus is safe here. I think 25 health is enough. Okay, let's find out. Is 25 health enough? Secret technique for reflex and survivor reflex, or secret technique for adrenaline to draw some better stuff. I guess we could secret technique for nightmare as well. Get that nightmare out of the way immediately. Get triple backstab for next turn when the orblings are out. Yeah, let's do that. Could Nightmare the Grand Finale, but that adds permanent cards to the deck, so we don't want that. Okay. Got rid of the Ascender's Bane, too. Let's draw some cards. Okay, so we want to play all these. And unfortunately, I guess we're taking 16 here. So I'm going to draw a block card. Wait, where's Survivor? Oh yeah, Survivor was turn 1. Seems like Phantasmal Killer to die to the next turn. Should help finish off the Orblings. They're actually stealing cards. So we're actually not going to have access to die unless we kill one. They're going to take die Adrenaline, which is fine. They can have it. Okay, so we're not going to need Phantasmal Killer next turn. And Glass Knife isn't... We don't get to remove a Glass Knife from the deck by playing it, which we do with every other card. So we should get rid of Glass Knife. Alright. If the combo works, the targets don't matter. If the combo doesn't work, We want to target an Orbling, so we'll target an Orbling. Ice Cream when? Ooh, we targeted the right one. Discard Reflex, go full hand. Let's get rid of this Shiv. And then Calculated Gamble. Oh wait, can we draw one? No. We can draw two. We could deflect our Survivor for safety. I guess I'll just take my Adrenaline back and play that. And then Survivor Tactician to block out. Oh wait, we already blocked out with Deflect. So we just play Predator to set up for next turn. I guess Prepared is energy positive. Oh wait, this is the combo. Yeah, we're at infinite energy now. Okay. Seems good. Let's see, how does the Grand Finale fit? Oh, we do it right now, right? And then Prepared draws it. Sweet. Oh, right, we have Grand Finale now. Die to die. Die to die's in the way, but we can just exhaust it. Okay. Infinite Grand Finale. The Omega meme. Infinite block, infinite energy, infinite Grand Finale. Okay, seems good. Wraith Form gives us some time to set up. Generally costs 0 because of Mummified Hand. Intangible. Notably good. Okay. Yeah. Yep. It's an infinite deck. There's no downside for Collar. Seems like we're done adding cards to the deck for Busted Crown. A while ago we were like, we want an Acrobatics, but we clearly don't need one. So I don't think I would even add an Acrobatics at this point. So we could just take Busted Crown, and then we have energy every fight, instead of just elites. There's like no downside to Busted Crown, right? Is there a single card we would add to this deck? I think there isn't. I think the deck is literally completely full. Maybe like a Piercing Whale, or an Adrenaline, yeah. There's some no punishment picks, right? Another Tools of Trade plus. Yeah, having extra energy in all the hallway fights seems really useful. Pretty easy crown. Yeah, second Wraith Form would be nice. Alright, it is Time Eater, so he's gonna test us. I feel like playing Grand Finale every 2 cards is plenty of scaling for Time Eater. Because it's literally, we just play it's a 2-card cycle. It's a prepared Grand Finale is the cycle. So it seems fine. We're already down to 8 cards, 8 permanent cards, right? So we can combo against the Heart. Our permanent cards are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're 9 cards. So we do actually need 1 more remove to combo against the Heart. How do you block the Heart or Time Eater? Deflect. So we just changed the combo from prepared Grand Finale to prepared Deflect. And then we block for 5 per card. Or actually, we can do both, right? Yeah, we can just do Deflect Grand Finale prepared. But we do need to remove one more card. So we need to go to another shop. Yeah, we could also combo, but we can do it all in one, too, so... I think we could actually... No, we can't do Survivor Deflect, because Survivor would discard too many cards. We could swap out the Survivor for a second Deflect, if we really want to... So yeah, Time Eater is scary. I won't lie about that. We definitely could lose this to Time Eater. Just the setup is hard. We want a Grand Finale Plus now, so we do actually really care about the amount of damage per card, so Grand Finale Plus matters. Grand Finale Plus also, like, evenly divides Time Eater's health, which is theoretically helpful. No, Tactician and Reflex are not played cards, so they don't go on the clock. So the earliest shop is here. That gives us the most time to get money for the Act 4 shop. Our card removes cost 100. Oh, just 100. I thought it was 125, but... so we wouldn't be able to do anything particularly useful at the shop. Is it max 2 elites here? No, there's a 3 elite path. Seems like we want elites and question marks. We're looking for, like, Gambling Chip. Gambling Chip is probably the most meaningful remaining relic. So I guess we go, like, here and fight these 3. If we get here and decide we don't want an elite, we can go to fire, but that's never going to happen. Spiker's a little bit scary. Not really. Ah, Glass Knife. So glad I didn't remove you from the deck. This looks like a Nightmare. Don't really want to Nightmare anything, but I guess I will. Nightmare Tools of Trade. Just to get the Nightmare out of the deck. Maybe Nightmaring, whatever. We're gonna Infinite soon. They can't stop me. Oops, I'm taking any damage. We've discarded a bunch of cards. I kind of want to keep that. Can we draw 3 cards? We can draw 2. So no. Let's get this Wraith form out of here. Alright, let's deflect and kill this guy, and then kill this guy. Second dupe bot. Prepared is a little bit tempting. Is dupe bot better than weak bot? Yes. Because we have a Wraith form now. We don't want that. Whispering Voices. Madnesses don't add a card to the deck, technically. But they kind of function like powers, and we don't want powers that don't do anything. Max HP. Alright, I don't see anything that convinces me to not fight an extra elite, so let's go fight an extra elite. Let's get rid of some of these cards. And block next turn. We can Secret Technique a card and then Nightmare it. So like the Adrenaline. Seems like a good Nightmare target. Let's get rid of that, and then draw some more cards. And I guess draw cards next turn. Oops. Okay. Nope. Ooh, Falling. It's a free card remove. Survivor? It's a card it's an option for remove, right? Die to die, also an option. Footwork, not critical. We could lose the footwork. I think we want to keep the footwork though, because it makes the deflect a lot more card dense. You know, if we get an upgraded tactician, we could actually do leg sweep, grand finale prepared as a loop. We've only got 2 block cards, so we are losing half of our block cards if we get rid of Survivor. Survivor and Deflect, that's it. If you don't count Orichalcum, which you shouldn't. Because it's not a card. I guess you technically said how many blocks do you have, so Orichalcum does count for that. I think I'm pretty fine losing Survivor. Fuel for the fire. 2 normality seems pretty run ending. I don't think we're gonna do that. Upgrade all cards is kind of nice. We get hit a Wraith Form and a Tactician. I guess we hit Secret Technique too, and Calculated Gamble, so it actually adds 2 cards to the deck. So we can't do that. Okay, well we've eliminated 2 of them, so I guess we'll do the last one. This also can get us a Gambling Chip, which is the only thing we care about. Trying Reflex Tactician. Yikes. Good thing he's not attacking. This could like end the run if we draw like that in a harder fight. That could kill us easily. I'm glad we got it out of the way here. Predator does not kill. We can Secret Technique and Adrenaline and then Nightmare the Adrenaline, which is neat. Dupe Pot for 10 health. Let's see, what's our split? Our split's at 36. So if we take, all the numbers are 36. He's hitting for 36, we split at 36. So we're currently 9 health off. So if we block for 10, couldn't we have Dupe Potted Predator? Yes, we could have. I didn't think I was going to need Dupe Pot. I don't know why I got rid of the Predator. to be honest. So if we don't deflect, then he hits us for 30, and we go to 33, which is below our split point. And if we deflect, we go to 37, which is 1 above our split. Right? We do 26, yep. 37. So we don't want to be 1 above our meat on the bone split. So we're supposed to not block here at all. Or Duke Pot deflect. If we Duke Pot deflect, he hits us for 16. We go to 47. 47 is actually below... It's almost less health. It's more health by like 1. Yeah, I don't want to spend a Duke Pot on 1 health, so I'll play it. I'll not play it. I need Glass Knife this turn. Race forward to make Predator free. Keep drawing cards. Let's get this out of the deck. And gamble. Looks like we have the thing. Okay. Kind of embarrassing to get hit for 30 against an Act 1 boss, but if we can walk away with our life, I guess I'm happy. Hey, there's a gambling chip. Sweet. Oh my god, Acrobatics Plus. Through the Busted Crown. I said I was gonna not take it. Seems tough to not take. Especially with the gambling chip. So we want to be comboing on turn 1 now. Gambling chip should set us up for that. Yeah, I think we can take an acrobatics, right? We're allowed to. So the current cards in the deck are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 cards in the deck currently. So we would have to get 1 more card removed, right? Because we're required to stay at 8 to Infinite the Heart. But we have a shop coming up, so we'll get a card removed there. If we have an involuntary card added to the deck, how does that happen? We could see Match and Keep. Match and Keep can involuntarily add a card to the deck. Nope, we actually can't see Match and Keep. If we go to the shop, we have no more question marks for the run, so Match and Keep is not possible. So the only involuntary card add left is Writhing Mass. So we just have to not screw up Writhing Mass, and we should be able to take Acrobatics Plus. Is there any other card that we should wait for? Definitely not. Okay. I think I actually want to play all these, so I'm going to discard nothing. Yeah, I think Acrobatics was the only card I would have picked. We picked this Busted Crown because we thought we were never taking another card, but apparently we did take another card. I guess I'll save a Calculated Gamble for later and play everything else. Name the Adrenaline. Oh, okay. I was trying to get the 0 costs on the Nightmare, but it happened immediately. Oops, should have done the backstab before the die. Tiny mistake. Okay. Technically the order matters for slow proc optimization, but we're clearly going to play a large number of cards this turn. Hey, Cthulhu. How's it going? We're having a bit of a wild one here. Let's get this out of the deck. And get rid of this. Hit a wall in Ascensions. What Ascension are you at? Acrobatics draws 4. That is fine. Number 7. Just take the energy. Okay, and now we are doing stuff. All right. Good fight, Giant Head. Okay. Ink Bottle. Escape Plan. Ink Bottle seems good. Does it ever screw us up? Sometimes I mess up my Grand Finale decks with Ink Bottle, but I feel like just any draw is good in this deck. You don't like Ink Bottle? I feel like Ink Bottle's good. What about the heart? How do we not die there? Or is damage from Grand Finale just too high? I think probably we could race the heart, but the actual answer to your question is deflect. We can block with that loop too. So the loop can be Grand Finale deflect prepared. Chance to hurt far larger than chance to help. How does it hurt though? Like, can it hurt at all? So it can make us ineligible to play Grand Finale during the Infinite Loop. So if we play, so the loop is supposed to be Grand Finale prepared, right? So we play Grand Finale, we play prepared, we draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, and then if Ink Bottle procs right then, we've discarded 2 cards, and then we draw a card, so there's 1 card in the draw pile, so we can't play Grand Finale. So that's kind of the worst thing that can happen with Ink Bottle. But I think if we are in the middle of an infinite combo, we probably don't care. So I'm gonna take Ink Bottle. Because it helps us get there, and getting there is way more important than how it functions while you are there. This can definitely kill, this deck can definitely kill Transient. No doubt. We don't really need double damage next turn. This draws 4, that'll be 9 cards, and we discard 1 to get to 8, so we don't really want to get Reflex. I think I'm gonna just take Tactician. Let's get a 0-cost Wraith form. And continue drawing stuff. Oops. I guess I didn't have the Adrenaline and the Nightmare in the same hand. We could take the boring route and just Nightmare Wraith form and then Wraith form every turn. That's boring. It's also, like, extremely safe. We're probably killing Transient here. I don't see any reason not to kill him. Ink bottle's proccing. We could get a reflex. We're not gonna. There's no way to get energy, so it doesn't matter. Kill transient or riot. Don't worry, Dan. I think we kill him this turn. We do need to get rid of some stuff though. Oh, we only need to discard one. Deck is slightly too large to fit in one hand, so we need to play some powers. Oops. Ooh, look at that. Ink Bottle actually lets us... Oh, I thought Ink Bottle would let us play Grand Finale twice there. Darn. Guess that's not the way that works. So we do have an additional little side quest here. Where we try to get Ink Bottle on 9 at the end of the fight. Let's see, it's a 2-card cycle. We're doing 100 damage per cycle. We'd kill him in 6 cycles, so it's 12 cards. We put it on 6. But we can play like Deflect and Phantasmal Killer before we kill him. Get him on, yeah, we can do 9. What? Dropout is empty. Yeah, the Ink Bottle is not functionally interfering with the combo. I'm not sure why not. It seems like it should be, but hasn't actually stopped us yet. Okay, so now we want to play other cards. I guess we can just play Prepared as many times as we want, right? Just Prepared by itself is a loop. It's the most fun way to do it. Just keep infinite looping. 1 card infinite loop. Okay. You're dismissed. Definitely not taking that. Extra Elite. I don't see any reason not to do it. Could get an extra upgrade if we go here. Upgrade on Tactician is maybe relevant. Wraith Form. Actually, yeah. Since we have Gambling Chip, I'm not sure there's any like super relevant relics. We do want to avoid question marks. Good point, because we could get Match and Keep. So yeah, I guess we're taking an upgrade. Or theoretically we're supposed to recall here, but I don't think it really matters. I think we can just recall at the end if we want. Maybe actually we want to rest at the end, because Time Lord is kind of scary. And we'll probably still be at 45. Okay. So let's recall. And then we can make later decisions later. Strike Tummy. Tremendous. It's possible we weren't supposed to open that chest. It's possible that chests could hurt us. I'm not sure exactly what would hurt us. No, because if it hurts us, we just don't pick it, right? There you go. Now you're being loved. Gambling Chip discarding Reflex is so busted. That's just not even fair. Would this be our first turn 1 combo, Coconut? Can we do it on turn 1? What do you think? Probably discarding Reflex and nothing else here. the other cards we all need to play to exhaust. Okay. Tools of trade, play all the powers. Oh, I guess we're not playing all the powers, but... Or not playing all the powers for free, at least. Okay, and now we want to draw another card before we Infinite Blades. Get some energy. Infinite Blades makes Nightmare cost 0, but it's not clear what we want to Nightmare. We could just do Backstab, we've done that a couple times. I guess the best target is Adrenaline, so let's see if we can draw it. We can't. So we'll do Backstab instead. And we don't want to play Calculated Gamble because we want to get the Ascender's Bane exhausted. Doesn't seem like the deck can really do turn 1 combos too well, but turn 2 should be pretty doable. Maybe if we get, yeah, because we need like the Nightmare Adrenaline, right, to, well, not really. Let's just get rid of the Calculated Gamble now. Actually, no. We need to do Acrobatics with a real target. Awkwardly, we have Grand Finale set up. I guess I'll play it. Let's get rid of this too. And I guess do this. No, wait. Yeah, why not? Okay. One card left in the draw pile, apparently. Okay, I'm going to need to do an empty loop here for a second to get Ink Bottle back to set up. I like that I can just turn off my brain and set up Ink Bottle perfectly every time. It's like so easy. I guess there are actually some pretty meaningful relics, right? We could get a get an Abacus. That'd be pretty meaningful. Okay, that's 8, so now we can kill him. Piercing Well is almost pickable. Piercing Well is good against Time Eater, right? We can take away Time Eater's strength when he splits. He's definitely going to have some strength, right? Sort of unbelievable that we claimed that this was a completely free crown, that we would never pick another card, and then I'm on the border of picking my second card in Act 3. But if it's giving me Piercing Well plus and Acrobatics plus, I don't know how to say no. Alright, we do have Courier here, so we have to be... oh, look at that. Ornamental Fan. That's nice. We have to do a card remove, though. Hey, go ahead, Pixie. Because we're sort of in debt 1 card remove because we took the Acrobatics. So... Okay, so we take a card remove. And that means we can't buy Ornamental Fan. Womp womp. Prismatic Shard could be a pick here, partially because we've been picking Prismatic Shard a lot recently, but also partially because it makes what's his name? Spire Shield miss, and he like removes your focus sometimes. So that's theoretically an option. It's kind of against another card remove, which we probably want. So it's probably not worth it. But it's an interesting idea. We do have to do a card remove, so let's click that first. Eligible cards are Predator, Glass Knife, Phantasmal Killer, technically Acrobatics could get removed. It seems like it's a pretty clear Predator. Predator's nice, but... Hey, guitar. Buenos dias. Bed, Bath, and Beyond. Beyond bread? I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's just Predator. The Nightmare's kind of awkward. We could just get rid of it. No. We have to do an actual card, right? We can't do an exhaust card. Technically, we could get rid of the Prepared. We could do the same loop with Acrobatics. Although it would no longer be energy positive. Oh wait, no we can't. No we can. Acrobatics and specifically Tactician. The Spire is your bakery. How's the run going? We have an infinite deck. We swapped into Pandora's Box and it had a grand finale in it. So we've been doing that. It's pretty fun. We've infinited several people. I would say it's going well. So this is theoretically somewhat valuable. Probably never comes up. Actually, a Scrape would be insane with this deck. Most of the cards cost 0. Scrape draws like Grand Finale, Adrenaline, Deflect, Phantasmal Killer, Prepared, Calculated Gamble, Tools of Trade, Secret Technique. Technically Backstab, although Backstab never makes it into the discard pile. I guess it kind of could, because of, whatchamacallit, Gambling Chip. What's the upside of Glass Knife, Keep versus Predator? Yeah, just Glass Knife does a lot of damage, but I guess, like, the time when the damage matters is quickly fading into the past. Maybe Glass Knife should have been the pick over Predator. Yeah, I do like Predator, because if you can play a Predator, you know, 6 times a turn or whatever, then you draw your whole deck in the next turn, and you can't ever miss. Which is nice. But I think we're done at this shop. Did I pick the Righty Elite? I don't think it matters. Okay. Well, Prepared doesn't... I guess Prepared draws cards, right? We don't need accuracy. We need to kill some daggers this turn, so I'm going to keep stuff that's useful for that. You can Secret Technique for a Reflex, and then Prepared Tactician Reflex. Seems good. Draw 5 cards. We have guaranteed Nightmare hit here, so I'll take that. Okay, so now we just Nightmare Wraith form, and then we're safe forever. Play the Wraith form, hit Acrobatics, sure. Right. Yeah, damage scaling definitely isn't very important, but, you know. It's kind of just hard to see what is important for this deck anymore, because it's really strong deck. We'll go ahead and Calculated Gamble, even though we have the Sunder's Bane in hand. Hit the accuracy. Sweet. I should play Phantasmal Killer. Because next turn's the Infinite. Oh wait, we have wounds. Shoot. I should have killed that dagger. It was kind of a big miss. It probably doesn't matter, because I think we're strong enough to overcome 1 wound, but more wounds would be potentially bad. Okay. We've cleared up enough hand room now. Grand Finale is lethal, so we want to get ink bottle set up before we do it. This is a good little test run for how do we survive statuses in the deck. The answer is we're fine. Okay. Dreamcatcher has no downside. Expertise is definitely a skip. We need to draw lethal for Exploder this turn. I'm gonna look for that. Or Wraithform. Get rid of that. And do some damage, I guess. Maybe we can combo this turn? Probably not. We're not way off. I think we have to play Accuracy first, or Infinite Blades? Okay, or both. Is Tactician plus desirable? Yeah, it is. It's probably the best upgrade. Okay, sweet. We did combo. Is this turn 1? It is, right? This is our first turn 1. Yeah, because he's never punched us. We still have 2 intangible from the Wraith form. Oh wait, shoot. Oh, it is lethal, great. Nope. Uh-oh, spikers. I guess we've got the answer for them with the intangible nowadays. Let's see, Piercing Whale seems pretty good this turn. And Secret Technique also blocks. I don't think we're playing Die-to-Die this turn. Or Backstab? No, I'll keep the Backstab for just getting rid of it. I guess I'll get rid of it. Draw an extra card. Secret Technique for what? For Adrenaline? We could reduce hand size with Infinite Blades and Footwork. And then Acrobatics Tactician. That seems fine. I guess I'll save the Footwork until there's a target. 3, 6, 9, 10, so full Tactician. And Adrenaline draws. I guess I should use Secret Technique while there's still a target for it. Let's see if we can get the Footwork to hit Nightmare. It could hit Glass Knife. I guess we can just play Glass Knife to get it out of hand. Now Footwork can only hit Nightmare. Sweet. Oops. I was supposed to Nightmare the Adrenaline. Oh well. I guess I can just Nightmare the Wraith form. Oh, this is our drop house empty, so we can actually just Grand Finale right now, and it's lethal. So we just Wraith form Grand Finale. Which is 2 cards. Oh wait, shoot, I want to deflect too. So that'd be 3 cards. So we're either taking 2 damage or not getting a good ink bottle setup for the Time Lord. Time Lord's probably the hardest fight remaining. Let's see. I think we're healing, resting next floor. So what's 72 times 0.3? How much are we resting for? We get 21 health. So if we take 2 damage, we go to 43, heal to 64. Oh wait, there's no world where we take 2 and don't get a setup, because we have to play accuracy to get Wraithform playable to play Grand Finale. So if we want to set up, we have to keep going. Oh wait, we can play Tools of Trade. That's cheaper, but whatever. Basically the same. I don't know. Whatever. We do need to get Lethal this turn for sure. Let me get these out of hand. Clear up some room. Okay, so we want to play a bunch of cards. Wait, we have no card draw in hand. We have to Calculated Gamble. I guess Calculated Gamble is safe. We got the backstab out of the way. Okay. So we're going to get a good setup and not lose any health. Okay. Nope, no catalyst. And then are we resting or are we smithing? If we smith, we get an upgrade on Wraithform probably. Tactician would be nice too, but I think Wraithform is more important. If we upgrade Wraithform, then we can kind of just land Nightmare on Wraithform and then just never take damage, right? I think that's probably the plan. I think 45 health is probably enough. Okay. Scary time guy. We need to line up Nightmare on that. Accuracy helps decost this. And Acrobatics helps draw them both together. We can guarantee decost it. Oh, that's not actually a guarantee, but I'll try. Okay, great. Just hit it immediately. It's convenient. Okay, there's the Nightmare. So it should be GG. And let's get these cards out of the deck. Probably want to take the clock up to 12 here. Thanks, Grand Finale. Way to be the last card. What a champ. I guess I might actually want to play Piercing Wail instead, though. Because Piercing Wail exhausts when played. Let's see, if we just end the turn... If we get Grand Finale, then there's 11 cards left in the deck. Which is actually fine. 11 cards is the right number, right? But if we Piercing Wail, then there's 10 cards left in the deck, so when he slimes, we're less vulnerable. Is it 10 cards? We've got 5 cards in hand and 7 there, so it's 12. But then Ascender's Bane exhausts, so it's 11. So it's only 10 if we play the Piercing Wail. I'm gonna play Grand Finale, though. We need to get damage in. Piercing Wail also theoretically useful for when he splits, so... Okay. Have you met our Lord and Savior, Wraithform? Let's get rid of Shivs, that's pretty high priority. He is going to slime us this turn. Oh wait, no, that's Head Slime that does it. He's rippling. Oh wow, the Wraithforms just all want to get played? Okay, great. Well, I want to play them. Let's get rid of the Backstab. And see if we can get some extra energy to play Acrobatics. Yes, we can. So that draws a full hand, so we can Grand Finale. I do want to fit in a Phantasmal Killer so that we're doubling our damage for next turn. And I think we actually just kill him next turn. I don't think he ever splits. Because we're going to do way more than 200 damage next turn. So that should be GG. I'll go ahead and exhaust the die-to-die. I guess we are weak. Need Glass Knife this turn. Also, I guess Prepared can miss. No, it can't miss. It's either hitting Acrobatics or Reflex. So it ended up being a perfect Time Eater. And we had 10 intangible left at the end. So, I don't know what we were all worried about. I guess we didn't set up Ink Bottle, so it's not like a perfect, but pretty close. Piercing Wail and Deflect both block this turn. So we'd take 7 if we play both of those, block for 15. Assuming we play no powers, which is not really a great assumption. If we take 7, we go to 38. Which is 2 above our split. Not a great number of damage to take. So I guess we would just want to play one of the two. So we'll just play Piercing Wail this turn. And then he hits us for 14. 14 puts us at 31, which splits us. Yeah, I do love, in particular, destroying Time Eater. Having infinite decks that just say, like, no, 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 to Time Eater is a fun experience. Not today, Time Eater. This is my time. We can Nightmare and Adrenaline to get combo next turn. Probably want to play Wraithform this turn if we can. So we want to land Tools of Trade, or we want to land Mummified Hand on Nightmare. So we can play like Piercing Whale, Glass Knife, and then Infinite Blades hits it. Seems fine. Then we hit Nightmare is the plan? Why am I not trying to play Wraithform this turn? Isn't this like a Wraithform turn? Yeah, I think this is a Wraithform turn. I'm going to change plans. So let's go get Wraithform. We didn't get it. So we're gonna end up Nightmaring Backstab or something. I guess we could calculate a gamble and just try to roll it all the way back around. It's actually not that unlikely to work. I think we do Nightmare first while the Nightmare still costs 0. Yeah, it's true. We did not really respect Time Lord there. We didn't give him the respect he's due. I think we actually discard down to a 2-card hand here, and then play Calculated Gamble, draw exactly these 2 cards, and then Footwork Wraithform. And take 2. Or actually take 0, right? Because of Auric Alchem. This Auric Alchem has been massive. That's been an absolutely insane Auric Alchem. Okay, so what are the 2 cards we keep? Ascender's Bane is obviously one. The other one is Phantasmal Killer, I believe. Because the other ones we want to all play. Okay. So let's get this Nightmare gone. And this Backstab. And this Die-to-Die. Oh wait, we can exhaust this. Or we can decost the Die-to-Die. Oops. Damn it. Moving right along. Let's see if we can redraw that Wraithform. Oh my god, we did! Okay. Whatever. I guess it's only a 10-card deck, so redrawing any specific card is not super unlikely. That was quite fortunate. Let's get rid of all these cards. Don't need those anymore. And we should be off to the races. Well, the power was guaranteed. We were trying to line up the footwork with the Wraithform. That was the point of the calculated gamble. Oops. Oh, it is empty. Okay. I thought I messed up, but I did not. Okay. I'll set up Phantasma Killer for next turn. And get rid of this accuracy while he's asleep. And I guess I'll just stack up a couple of Phantasma Killers just for fun. There's nothing else useful we could do. We could, let's see. Yeah, there's nothing else to do. I guess, can we try to set the draw pile to be something good? Yeah, we kind of can, right? So if we play Prepared, then whatever 2 cards we discard will be in the next hand, because they'll be on top. So we do Acrobatics Reflex, so that we're guaranteed to draw the full combo. Oops, crap. Wait, what just happened? Oh, we can't discard Reflex, duh. Okay, so we have to do Acrobatics and, I guess, Tactician. Okay. Oh, that doesn't work the way I thought it did. Okay, alright, well, that was dumb. Whatever. I mean, we draw 6 cards out of an 8-card deck, so we're gonna find it. Yeah, for some reason I thought if they were the only cards in the discard pile at the end of the turn, that we would, that they would shuffle first. So, unfortunately, to set up the ink bottle, we have to do a bunch of empty loops here. Or, as I like to call them, Fruit Loops. These are Fruit Loops. It's canon now. We could kill with Glass Knife, that's true. He's got the Ritual Dagger already. I wish we could kill him with Ritual Dagger, but this deck definitely doesn't need a Ritual Dagger, so... I mean, Grand Finale has got to be the most style points, right? If we're looking for style points, definitely seems like that's the way to do it. But we've kind of worn out our Grand Finale style points, right? We've styled on so many people that, like, we kind of need to come up with a new style. Or else people are going to start saying, this is like a one-note silent. We wouldn't want that. Alright, on to Act 4. Open the door, ascend to the top of the spire. Any upgrades worth getting? Tactician is something. Adrenaline is an energy upgrade. Nightmare kind of matters, but Mummified In usually makes it cost 0, so it kind of doesn't matter. Thanks, that guy, 4422. You are also lovely. It's hard to imagine that the 8 health is worth much, or the 7 health is worth much. Because we kill people on turn 1. But maybe it is. Because maybe we go into the Heart and draw poorly. If we draw poorly in both the Spire Elite and Heart Fight, can we lose? And what do we do right now to help prevent that from happening? Well, it's difficult to draw too poorly because we have Gambling Chip. Yeah, I play very slowly, so I won't apologize for this. This is actually a fairly quick run. We're here in less than 3 hours so far. You must have had 2 exams, like, right in a row. Okay, so we could upgrade Tactician, we could upgrade Adrenaline, we could upgrade Grand Finale, Nightmare. Those are kind of the options. Honestly, maybe upgraded Infinite Blades is good, because then if we draw, like, Wraith Form or Nightmare, we're guaranteed to have a power in hand. But we have lots of powers, it's probably not necessary. The decisions where there's no reason to make it either way, no obvious reason to make it either way, are the hardest decisions. Because there's some subtle reason out there that's, like, way off in some corner of the random space, and that's the actual reason for making it. Those tiny little minor things are the only things that matter. And reading those little minor things is just incredibly difficult. I think I'm going to take 7 health. I don't think we care about Tactician Plus. I think if it's infinite, it's infinite. Same thing for Adrenaline. And Nightmare. So I think we just take the 7 health, just in case. Yeah, upgraded Tactician would be nice. Definitely no on backflip. But it's up against 7 health, which is like something. It kind of matters. Pellets? I do love me some pellets. What does the Secret Technique upgrade do? So 2 things. Number 1, you can type exclamation mark. You can take exclamation mark Secret Technique. Sorry, I lost concentration on speaking while I was trying to spell technique. You can type that, and the bot will tell you, but also it loses exhaust, is the answer. We can almost afford Pellet's card remove, not really. That's true. Keeping strength from mutagens is kind of matters. Removing the vulnerable from the heart kind of matters. Mostly doesn't. We're either infinite or not most of the time. But it seems pretty clear in what situation Orange Pellet matters, right? It's like, we haven't managed to pull off the infinite by turn 2, and we do manage to purge the debuffs. So Orange Pellets could definitely go off. Caltrops. Seems silly to add to an infinite damage deck, but not the worst idea in the world. Probably not going to happen. What about card remove? Remove that Glass Knife. Glass Knife has been feeling increasingly in the way. It keeps becoming a Mummified Hand target, and we can remove it from the deck, so maybe we should. Anything that's a Mummified Hand target that isn't a power or exhaust seems bad at this point. It even feels bad to hit acrobatics sometimes. So I think we do actually remove the Glass Knife. I think that's probably... Remove Glass Knife is probably better than Orange Pellets here. Because we're just so likely to have an infinite combo. Actually, the Heart Bite is a little tricky because if we infinite combo on 1, we are going to draw 5 statuses, and that's bad. You know what we can do? We'll just do card remove and Ancient Pot, so that blocks the vulnerable. How do we approach the Heart Fight? So, like, we're going to want an infinite combo on 1, right? And we probably can, but if we do, we're going to have no cards in hand. I guess we're just going to Wraith Form on 1, right? And then we'll draw all statuses, but he'll hit us for 1. Are we really discarding a Dupe Pot here? So remove Glass Knife by a Dupe Pot, or by an Ancient Pot is the line. It's kind of weird. Wouldn't I rather just Dupe Pot a Wraith Form than Ancient Pot? But I guess we might not draw Wraith Form, but we definitely are going to draw Wraith Form. Because we have Gambling Chip in a 10-card deck. Yeah, I guess the Dupe Pot is not actually very good. Is probably a more reasonable argument. Okay. It is Glass Knife, right? Because it's definitely not prepared, definitely not any power or exhaust. Or Grand Finale. Or Phantasmal Killer. Or Deflect. And that's all the cards. Or Acrobatics. So yeah, it is Glass Knife. Just by process of elimination. Feels real weird. Sure. Some pretty out there card removes in this run. Removed a Neutralize and a Glass Knife plus. Whoa. Those cards do not usually get removed. Tactician always. Backstab and Phantasmal Killer, I think, as well. I guess Grand Finale, too. We want to draw that Wraith Form. Should you try to set it up or choose cards that are better in the moment? If you're able to set it up, you should set it up. It'll win you the game for sure. But you do have to be a little bit careful, right? Because, like, there's a lot of situations where you think you can get it infinite, but you're not actually as close as you thought, right? So, like, if you haven't seen, like, Pandora's Box or Empty Cage or like Astrolabe, it's unlikely you're actually in a good situation for an infinite. And it takes a little bit of experience to see the difference between those situations, because it does often look like you can do it infinite, but a lot of times if you try to do it infinite and you're not actually in the right situation for it, you'll stop yourself from picking cards that aren't part of the infinite, and then you won't have enough cards to overcome the challenges that you do have, and you'll die before you get the infinite online. So be careful. I think we have secret technique for a acrobatics here. And then do some stuff. Let's play Tools of Trade to get it out of the way. Acrobatics Reflex draws 7 cards, which is the correct number of cards to draw. Okay. Let's see what Footwork wants to hit. Okay, so we got a Nightmare. So we'll just go ahead and Nightmare the Wraith form. And then play Wraith form, and it doesn't really matter from this point, because we've already won. Let's get rid of some cards. Oh my goodness, are we just going to infinite right away? Yeah, looks like. Okay, good fight, I guess. That had caught me off guard. I didn't think this deck was going to be that fast. A little bit of an awkward moment there, but we're still able to keep comboing. We are 1 card over the max, but that's fine. Oops, crap. I guess we can just backstab him to death. Whatever. I didn't get any further than Act 2 on 7 Ascension 20 runs. Yeah. Ascension 20 is tough. Alright, so we gotta set up a Whetstone. Swiftpot's definitely not as good as those. Oh wait, actually, is Swiftpot better than Dupepot? Because Swiftpot means we never miss, right? There's like no way to fizzle out if we have Swiftpot. And I don't care about the Dupepot. So we held 2 Dupepots literally starting in Act 1. We picked up the first Dupepot like right before Guardian, I think, or maybe it was Act 2. We've held these 2 Dupepots for like 30 floors, and then we threw both of them away in Act 4. Great, good job. Bye. Okay. Ah, no grand finale. Come on, man. Okay. I do think we want to Nightmare the Wraith form here. So let's discard everything that doesn't help make that happen. Well, I mean, I lose a lot too, though. I definitely am not like 100% on Ascension 20. It's it looks easy this run, but a lot of things look easy this run. Very inconvenient cards to have in hand. Acrobatics, Piercing Wail, and Die to Die, all non-powers that can distract Mummified Hand from the real target here. Nightmare. That's too bad. Let's just discard one of them. So I think we Swiftpot to try and find the, I guess we can prepare it first. Try and find the Wraith form. Oh, we found the Wraith form. Okay, great. Everything's fine. We're gonna lose a little bit of health to the beat here, but that's fine. I'm not interested in perfecting the heart. I just want to win. Do we Swiftpot just for fun? No, we don't. We actually, this is a good situation to be in. because we're going to draw half statuses and half good cards. We do always artifact pot, though. We actually still have Art of War going. I think this is like the fourth time Art of War is procced in this run. It's an Act 1 Art of War. That's all I procced 3 times. That's silly. Oh, we actually lost the artifact pot to a Dex down. Didn't get to hold it. We did get voided here. Probably doesn't matter. Wraithform hits Slime. Sweet. Let's get rid of this Shiv. I guess we can exhaust Secret Technique. Or we could just Swift Pot to try and combo this turn anyway. Yeah, might as well, right? Because then we get Secret Technique, it's the whole deck. Let's get rid of this Backstab. I don't really want to calculate a gamble with Void in hand, so I guess I won't. Oh, Piercing Whale actually blocks for a ton this turn, so we can Acrobatics, or die-to-die Acrobatics Piercing Whale. Which blocks for 15. And gets the Piercing Whale out of the deck. Okay. No, yeah, so we built the Infinite carefully to accommodate 2 hand spaces for the Heart Fight. Because there's 2 permanent statuses in the Heart Fight, the Wound and the Burn. So we have like an 8-card deck. Because we were ready for this. Okay. Let's get this Shiv out of the way. Should just be able to calculate a gamble, I think. Draw 4 plus 3, 7. Yeah, that's fine. Gets the calculated gamble out of the deck, too. Actually, we're gonna be a little bit tight here. The beat is actually gonna hit us starting next turn, because we played too many Wraith forms, so this deflect doesn't actually block like I thought it did. Interesting. We should still be fine. We do need to make sure Phantasmal Killer is consistently up. Alright, he's sub 600, so I don't want to hit him again. Because we've already damage capped for this turn. Or essentially damage capped. We've gotten past the first damage cap, which is what matters. I'll go ahead and stack up Phantasmal Killer for 2 turns since we've got an extra health. Oh, I guess we don't have an extra health. Well, I guess... So... I'll go ahead and get infinite Phantasmal Killer while my deflect still blocks. Oh wait, no, actually the deflect loop does not block. Oh, it does. Because it blocks for 3 and we take 2 damage during the loop. Okay. So let's get infinite block, or, you know, enough block that we can play Phantasmal Killer. I guess we can just put Phantasmal Killer in the loop, if that's how we're thinking about it. So this is block neutral now, which is kind of weird feeling, but... Alright, presumably 4 double damage turns is enough, right? That damage caps him a sufficient number of times. I'll go ahead and do the last 26 damage since this turn we do actually have infinite block. And then I'll let him take his turn. Oh wait, we want to set up Ink Bottle for next turn, huh? Okay, let's do that. Okay. Ink Bottle's ready. Damage capped. Blocked out. I think we have to play the Shiv, or else it's going to build up in hand. So we take like 6 damage a turn? Should be fine. Oh, I guess it's only 4 damage a turn. Because we block the last 2. We block the damage from the burn and the heart. Hey, Jizzo. Yeah, we got an infinite grand finale deck here, so that's always fun. Alright, he's sub 200, which means we can stop. With minus 14 decks. Discard the Tactician, I suppose. And there you go. The grand finale. A little bit of a tricky heart fight. Definitely more difficult than I anticipated. Like throughout the run, people were like, "How do you beat the heart?" And I was like, "Whoa, we're gonna do infinite deflect." But then we picked up a Wraith form, and we ended up doing like Nightmare Wraith form in every fight. And I didn't really update my my internal picture of the heart fight to account for the fact that we were not gonna have any decks for using deflect. So the deflect was actually not useful in the end game, but I didn't realize it until the heart fight. So we should have removed the deflect instead of the glass knife, but you know, minor problem. Probably wouldn't have changed anything. And I guess the deflect was still good on the first couple of turns. Or we could have just, you know, I guess deflect does work if we didn't Nightmare the Wraith form, but I think Nightmaring the Wraith form was the safe way to survive turn 2, because we could have just top decked 5 statuses on turn 2 and taken a bunch of damage. So having intangible was the safe thing there. Although I guess we could have just played 1 Wraith form, because then we're safe on turn 2, and the artifact pot would have blocked the decks down. If the heart had 2,000 health instead of 800, then that would have been the correct thing to do. But I think even a 2,000 health heart we would have gotten with this deck. It's just 10 damage caps, easy. Yeah, that was a really fun one. Started out with Pandora's Box, so Pandora's Box had a grand finale in it, so we kind of had a plan right from the get-go. Picked up an empty cage, got the deck really small. Ended up with a bunch of powers and a mummified hand. Yeah, just did a lot of grand finales. It's nice to get just like an infinite grand finale, no doubt deck. And we kind of knew right from the get-go, right? When we clicked that Pandora's box, somebody in chat said GG, and I was like, yeah, same. That was a really good Pandora's box. And Pandora's box is already like one of the best boss relic swaps. So we were in a super dominating position this whole run, basically. We were never really out of the driver's seat. We took damage a couple times. There was kind of a scary like spiker fight in Act 3. We were a little bit afraid in Reptomancer one time, but like pretty much a no-doubter. We did go down to like 20 in Act 1. Oh, you know what? The scariest moment in the run was we didn't split Guardian. We didn't split Guardian on 2, so he hit us for like 24 or something. And we didn't have meat on the bone at that point, so that was pretty frightening. Meat on the bone did proc a couple of times, so despite the fact that the deck was very strong, we did need some healing. Took a couple turns to set up before like middle Act 3, but by the middle of Act 3 we were starting to get turn 1 kills. Yeah, through a lot of like Act 2 and early Act 3 we were like nightmaring an accuracy on turn 1, and then on turn 2 we were comboing. But we ended up optimizing that little step out of the process. Right, yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Guardian was both our original boss and our Mind Bloom boss, and he hit us like more as a mind. No, wait, as a Mind Bloom boss, didn't we? I feel like we did fine. No, it was against the Mind Bloom boss. Yeah, that was the one where he hit us for 36. I think we actually split him first cycle when he was our actual boss. When he was our actual boss, it wasn't a problem. Yeah, I was misremembering that. Thank you, Ryopedia. Yeah, Infinite Grand Finale. That was a wild one.